This is Rebecca, the Steampunk Planner. We talked already with Melissa and Reimagined by Luna about the Juki machine, but she has a few others, and I kind of want to give you a background. So this is her grommet machine, and with this machine, she is able to secure everything that she needs with all of her metallics on her journals and purses, as well as this heat gun to help smooth out the edges. This is another leather sewing machine by Singer, and it helps with doing straps and fine details, making corners, seams, things like that. So it's perfect. And then just to give you a little look around her office where she has her bulk leather along with workstations. And then on the other side, we have her work table. And let me tell you, this is one organized lady. This is amazing. And we're going to get back to it, and I get to show you my journal cover. So we have talked, I think, enough about books because I can go for days talking about your books. You do bags.
I do, yeah. And I do a variety of sizes. This is actually on the smaller size.
And it's a crossbody.
It is a crossbody.
Okay.
Yeah, and got multiple pockets. I hand set all the hardware, so all of that is like really strong.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's got an adjustable strap.
Okay. And you have a couple more over there.
Yeah, this is my smallest size. I call it my minimalist bag.
I am noticing that you're using this type of clasp on all of them. Are you able to offer different clasps?
Yeah, I can use other clasps, but I have found... So when I was doing these in the beginning, I used a whole variety of different closures, and everybody wanted this, including
It's
myself.
my favorite. Yes, it is. Well, it's not my all-time favorite because I love this clasp also. And let me show you guys. This one turns and opens, and it's like a steampunk combination.
Yeah,
so
they're super cool. Yeah, so I can always make one of these bags with one of those steampunk closures if you want.
Oh, okay.
So when you get to my medium size, you start to get pockets on the back as well as the other ones too.
Okay.
Everything I make has lots of pockets when it comes to bags.
Excellent.
This is also a crossbody, but because it adjusts, you can adjust it all the way and wear it on your shoulder if you're
as just a purse. Okay.
Yeah, and so this is one of the ones that I finished last night. You actually walked in on me finishing up one of the blue
Yes,
totes,
I did.
But this is like the finished product. This is my medium tote, and they've got pockets on both sides.
Oh, wow. She's pretty.
She feels good too, right?
Yeah, she does. She really does. And I've got to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, that leather smell.
Take some sniffs.
Wow.
They are delicious.
They are, and so buttery. It's crazy how so soft these are.
Yeah.
It just makes you want to kind of sit there and just kind of, it calms you.
It does.
It totally does. You don't realize how much texture can really be an influence on you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and everything is like stitched as well as riveted. So I do a lot of extra stuff that people don't notice, but it's to make it really strong because you know how we fill stuff up.
Right.
So you can just use these and enjoy and not have to worry about it.
And it's so habitual to put too much into a bag.
Yes. Especially totes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then have a strap, one of the straps, it's kind of like a flip-flop. Your thong comes off and it's just like, now what am I going to do?
Yes.
So yes, I've noticed the amount of work that you put in to making sure that the bags, even the journals, are completely secure.
Yes. Yeah. It's important to me because I don't like having to worry about stuff. I just want to enjoy what I have and do my life and not have to be too careful.
Mm-hmm.
And I do a lot of, hiking and trips and stuff. So I, take my journals, I throw it in my bag. I've fallen into a river actually with one of my bags on.
Oh no!
And I thought it was ruined because we were both wet and covered in mud. and I had to drive an hour back home before either of us got cleaned up.
Oh my.
I would have taken a before picture, but I thought I ruined it. But I just tried with warm water to wipe all the mud off and let it dry, and you could not tell.
Wow.
So
and yet the thing about it is you think about it, an animal probably was out in all of that in its regular life.
Yeah. It can
and
withstand
everything.
a lot.
Wow. Now I know we've talked about the hardware and how you make sure this is really secure, but say one of these release. Are we able to just communicate with you and go, "Hey, my strap came off.
Yes.
Get it fixed."
Yeah, and I'll tell you, these won't release because I have bent tools trying to get them out. But what I did have happen a few years ago was I had a batch of these that came in that weren't as well made.
Okay.
That is the only time it's ever happened in 15 years.
Oh, wow.
But I had a lady, message me from Tennessee and was like, my latch isn't working. I was like, I thought I caught that batch early enough, but there were a couple out there and I replaced both of them. So,
oh, excellent.
Yeah.
How far out do you travel for your shows?
So generally I am Atlanta to, last show I went up to Bowling Green, Ohio. I've done Chicago. I've done Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I've done Philadelphia. That's kind of St. Louis. That's probably the widest that I've gone, but that's not my regular tends to be within, 5 hours of Lexington.
Of Lexington. Nice.
Yeah.
And hey, everybody, you guys can see her and what she has new. You can get her newsletters, see her postings on her website. And that is...
It's reimaginedonline.com. Yeah.
Okay.
And I list all my shows that I'll be at. As soon as I find out that I'm going to be in them, they go on the website.
Yes.
And you can shop from the website and you can sign up for a newsletter on there too.
You are also part of... I know you're part of quite a few of the Kentucky guilds. I'm not sure about other states.
Mm-hmm.
They have specific, more stringent, I guess you could say, requirements for a lot of their shows for artisans.
Yes.
Because of that, because when my husband and I first moved here, we were used to being able to do these type of shows on every weekend type of a thing. When you come to a new place, you really don't know where to find those shows. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the shows I'm going to assume that you go to are within guild a lot of the times, or maybe not, but at least they're shows that are to the standard that you feel comfortable being at, I guess is where I'm going.
Yeah, most of what I do is called a juried art show.
Okay.
And so it may be part of a guild. I do some with Tennessee and some with the Ohio Guild and then Kentucky's. But a lot of them, it's just a high quality, it's called a juried art show. So you send in photos, you pay an application fee, and you get judged, and you may or may not get into that show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And you're competing against, artists from all over
other artists.
The US.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know the one that we saw you in Berea. That one just blew us away, the artisans that were there. I mean, we knew you would get in. That one's a no-brainer. But we were just really floored because that's where I did pick up. Matter of fact, you guys, if you go back into my videos, you'll see where I spoke to Steve at when I purchased his antler pen, fountain pen. Mm-hmm. And you will also see other artists that we actually made purchases from. Thank you so much for showing me these products. I'm so excited to go to our next show. Oh. Are you serious? Is that it?
That's it. Yep.
Okay, we need to get back over to the bench. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to get into this. Look at that.
Okay, let's wait just a second.
What?
I want to let people know how to do consultations.
Oh.
So just a few seconds longer.
Okay.
But if you'll remember, when you came in...
Oh, yes, I really...
We had a lot to talk about.
And I was all over the place. Yes, we did.
Yeah, and this isn't even the emails that you sent me. Oh, this is when I actually was doing it.
Yes.
Okay. So
wow.
We talked about design. We did sketches. We marked out sketches. Some of them didn't work.
Yes, we did.
And I think I actually pared down these notes to what I actually needed.
Yes. I had sent you originally. You were between shows. And I told you that I just finally got the measurements for my new journals, which are in planner terms. They're B5s. Yeah. Which I have them, of course, right here. My B5s. Yeah. And I wanted to have a journal a cover that held both of them, so that I can work from my different desks at work and have them both at hand. Now, doing that, I know I hit you with a lot because you were in between Christmas shows.
Yeah.
And I was so unbelievably excited.
You were. It was adorable.
That I was throwing all kinds of stuff at you. And you were like, deer, you were the one, the deer in the headlights look.
That's true.
And everything. So, yes.
And I don't mind that. But what I am learning, because I worked with several of you who were very excited last year and had a lot of ideas and are artistic, which is awesome. But we just have to like pare down like what can actually work. What do we actually want to do? And
that's excellent on your part, because for someone like me that I so easily, as my husband likes to put the term, squirrel and go over and, what about? It's so easy for a creative mind to just let loose when they're allowed.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to rein back.
Yeah, so I think that's actually helpful, because what I do is, and I've done this with other people too, but definitely with you.
Yeah, I had to with me.
We get all the ideas down that you're considering, and then we start seeing, well, what's going to actually functionally work?
Right.
Because that's a lot of where I come from, like what's going to work well and long term, and for you, what's best day to day, and then we can, implement some of the ideas. But what do you love like the most?
Right, right. And I did enjoy that with you because, yes, I was trying to be so technical because I understood that you needed measurements and sizing and where what I was thinking, because this was our first layout of the book, I believe. Or was it? And then, of course, that was when you did get one of your phone calls about somebody wanting to have you reimagine something for them. And I just kind of, because I recognized this one, and I went in and started, and you came back and went, that's not what we're talking about. Right? Right? That's not what we were talking about. And we went back to the original, which is the one that you sketched out in this. But we also talked about, there are a couple of other projects that we will be working on throughout the year, because, and I actually have more ideas on it.
Oh, really? Surprise.
Surprise. But yes, we have ideas because I do want to be able to, especially now that I see it, I want to be able to use this every year. As long as Sterling Ink keeps their B5s, I want to continue to use this every year.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think it's a great idea.
And I mean, if she doesn't keep them and I go back to an A5, you may be needing to make another one.
Yeah.
But I need to be able to store all my journals. And that's something else that we're talking about, which is also what was in here. Is being able to do something to store them on the shelf so that they look like leather journal books, but they're actually storage.
Yes.
We'll have to show you guys that when we can. Hee.
Now you can open it.
Yeah, oh my gosh. You guys, she got my steampunk dials, my combinations.
And this is that bison leather.
Yes, that's the bison leather. And this one is what?
This is cow leather, but it's just done. It's just finished a different way.
It is gorgeous. It almost it looks like stonework.
It does. Yeah.
Especially with the bison.
Yes.
And then back here, we actually had the back side of it continue with this leather. So, okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open this and then step back and let you tell everybody what this is.
Okay. Because
that's your area. That's not mine.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go, whoa! Oh my gosh. Okay, you go ahead.
Okay, so this is going to work for you as a refillable option. So you're going to be able to put one of your planners in the front of here.
Okay.
And then when you turn it, you'll be able to stick a whole nother planner back in here. And they'll both be secure on both sides. We talked about doing it where we would just slide one part of the leather of the planner
Uh-huh.
under the leather flap and then just leave, one side of it loose. But we decided to go this way because it's going to make it way more secure. This is all stitched together.
Yes.
So this is...
So I don't have to worry about this. That's one of my pet peeves with journal covers is my journal slides inside, which is why we decided to go ahead and do the 2.
Yes.
Now, doing it this way means that my pretty little pictures that I got from Emma won't be seen, but those will still stay with us. And you not only did this to the size of my book, but you did this to the size of my cover.
I did, yeah.
Also, you let me know while we were in process. Now, this was not supposed to be delivered until a little bit longer because of your preparations for the shows. But you decided to surprise me.
I did.
And I'm not complaining at all. You also let me know, 1, that it was prepared, and 2, you thought ahead because I brought my other journals from last year to show you how thick they wind up getting.
Oh, yes, the finished ones, because they end up way thicker than they start out.
About double the size.
Yes. Yep.
So you've set this up so that we have it. And what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and see if I can get these in.
Yeah, so I made them so that they have room to grow as you fill up your planners throughout the year.
Now I am going to remove, because I do have things in here that I was doing while I didn't have this. Right now you can see how tight
Yeah, I make
this
things so
is.
they fit so they don't flop around, because that is annoying to me too.
And I love this. And I'm still going. This is really excellent. Okay, that's all the way in. And I do need to remove all of this, but we'll do that when I get home.
Okay.
And just like putting these plastic covers on, you need to let it inch in. There we go. It just slid right there. And that one can now close in. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it looks so good.
Oh my gosh.
It's always fun to see when the fit is like just right.
Yes. And not to mention I have no doubt I'm googly eyeing and everything here. So I'm going to do the same thing. And I can't show you guys. I'm in process. I'm going to show Melissa.
I get a sneak peek.
That was last month's.
Wow.
And
that is
this is the one I'm working on right now.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's perfect.
I did actually bring something to show you, but let me get this in.
Okay. Yeah, it's always fun to see how people, use the finished pieces that I make.
Do you ever have people come back to you and go, this is what I'm doing with it?
I do. It's always like a fun surprise. Every once in a while, somebody will email or text me what they do, or I'll get tagged in like an Instagram picture.
Oh, okay.
But more often than I would have expected, people will show up at a show and they will have carried into an art show the piece that they're working on, the book, the watercolors, whatever it is, and be like, would you want to see some of this? And I'm always just like, oh my gosh, like, let me grab the Kleenex, because it's just...
Oh, I've no doubt.
Incredible to see whatever it is that they're doing, the way that I start something, but it's like it's not finished yet till you get a hold of it.
Right, and you're starting a part of my life.
Yeah.
I can completely understand. It's going to take me some time to get this side in. I just want to go ahead because I really want to show you. Now I'm really excited about showing you stuff.
Yay.
But let me close this up.
Yeah.
And I want to show you the amount of room she has given me to allow both books, both of them, not one, both of them to expand.
Yeah.
And yet nothing is being compressed here on the ends, like my tabs or my papers. But let me grab something really quick.
Okay.
You remember this one?
Oh, yeah. Let me touch it.
Yes. And this is where I found the dial, because this was one of the ones, the first times I saw this.
Okay, yeah.
This type of, now these are this is part of a discontinued set that you created.
Yes, this was like a limited design series.
Okay. And so this is where I was like, I want this on my journal.
Yeah.
But I wanted to show you, I have been using this for my painting on YouTube.
Oh, cool.
And I don't want to move this out of the way. I really don't, but I'm going to. Okay. So I haven't done a lot in here. I do have plans to do more.
Oh my goodness.
But this is where sampling
the
Daniel Smith watercolors. And I just did, and everybody can go back and see the sampling video for this. But this is what I did on there. And then I also have started working on Mona's.
Oh, those are beautiful.
And then I have set up to do more of those, and I do want to do some artwork with them. So I'll have to show you, and this is where the Japanese watercolor ink.
Yes.
There's an Art Nouveau palette, and I don't have the other, and the Sume palette that I've just recently done.
Okay.
So I will have to bring this back to you to show you what all the new stuff I've done.
I would love that.
The big ones I didn't bring, which are the size of the gray and yellow one.
Yes.
You actually repapered those for me with art paper, and I'm using them as study books.
Oh, cool.
So what I do with those is if I say I want to study feet,
Yeah.
one whole page is dedicated, and it could be a couple pages, to drawing and doing a deep dive study into drawing feet.
Wow.
Or the nose, or the mouth, or the hand.
Yeah.
Different things like that. So that's what I'm using those for.
Oh, that's cool.
All good things come to an end. It's a momentary end, but this has been a great glimpse into Reimagined by Luna. Thank you, Melissa, for taking the time out of your busy schedule. Thank you all for joining us. We will continue to visit Melissa at art shows and maybe get another chance to visit her studio.